Welcome to the unknown world.
Navakalevara can be interpreted as a ceremony for entering into new bodies, when Lord Jagannath, Balabhadra, Subhadra and Sudarshan cast off their old bodies and take new ones in the famous Puri Jagannatha temple. The year, which has 2 months of Ashadha, is regarded auspicious for Navakalevara ceremony. It usually occurs in 8, 12 or 19 years in a most mysterious and confidential way. The previous Navakalevar was held in 1996. A year which has 2 months of Ashadha is auspicious for conducting the ceremony. Preparations for the ceremony start in the month of Chaitra. The search party consists of 1 member of the Pati Mahapatra family, 20 Daitapatis, 1 Linka, 9 Maharana, 16 Brahmanas, 3 Devulakaranas, 30 police officers and 2 inspectors of police. Their first halt will be the palace of the king of Puri, where they are required to seek his permission to continue on the holy mission. After staying here for 2 days and doing meditations and prayers, the team starts out for Kakadpur, a village 50 miles of Puri, to the famous temple of Ma Mangala. After reaching the village, they take rest for several days. It is said that the goddess Mangala reveals to a particular priest named the Pati Mahapatra the exact location and the facade of the darus, and then the following day the Daitas are sent to find the trees. The priest must first locate an appropriate tree. As a rule, neem trees are used to carve out the images of Lord Jagannath. Now no ordinary neem tree can be used for this purpose. The tree which will be used has to fulfill many conditions. The neem tree for Lord Jagannath must have 4 principal branches, symbolizing 4 arms of Narayana. There must be a water body near the tree, like a river or a large pond, and a cremation ground nearby. An ant hill should be close to the tree, and at the roots of the tree there must be a snake pit of a cobra. No bird must have made nests in the tree, and no branches would have broken or cut. The tree has to be located near a 3-way or would be surrounded by 3 mountains. No creeper must have grown on the tree, and there have to be Varuna, Sahada and Vilva trees close by, which are not very common. There have to be a hermitage and a temple of Lord Shiva in the vicinity. The most amazing requirement is, on the tree trunk there must be natural impressions of conch shell, chakra or wheel, a mace and lotus. Once the tree is located that fulfills all the required conditions, a yajna is performed in front of it. Now the team moves to a temporary thatched hut nearby and stays in it till the trees are felled. The cutting of the tree would commence at an auspicious time and with prescribed rituals. The Pati Mahapatra first touches the tree with a golden axe, followed by the Daitapati who touches it with a silver axe. Lastly, the head wood carver of the Maharana family would touch it with an iron axe. During the tree cutting, the 108 names of God are chanted incessantly. Once the tree is felled, the entire trunks along with its branches are placed in a wooden cart and dragged by the Daitapatis and the others in the group to the temple. The logs are kept inside the temple in a place known as Koili Vaikuntha. It is the place where the old deities will be buried and the new ones made. The carvings of the images begin with the 3 oldest of the main wood carvers setting on to the work on the image of Lord Jagannath. More than 50 carpenters work as assistant to the main carvers. The work is done with utmost confidentiality, and not even the head priest of the temple is allowed to visit the place of work. The wood carvers are not supposed to consume anything once inside the enclosure. The carvings are completed in 21 days, and during these 21 days, the carvers are not supposed to leave the temple premises. They would sleep in the temple courtyard in the night and have their dinner in the form of Lord's Mahaprasad. Devotional songs are sung outside the Koili Vaikuntha day and night throughout this 21 days period. When the new deities are made, they are carried inside the inner sanctum of the temple and placed in front of the old deities facing them. This is again an act which is done with utmost confidentiality, as nobody is allowed inside for the darshan of the Lord, not even the temple priests. The three new deities are carried inside only by descendants of the Daitapati family. Once they are safely inside, only the three eldest Daitapati members can stay. No puja is done at this time and no food is offered. This ceremony takes place 3 days before the great chariot festival. The transformation is complete once the Brahman or the life force is transferred from the old deities to the new. There are different rules attached to this act that the Daitapatis must adhere to. These are: the three Daitapatis must be blindfolded, they must bind a piece of Lord Jagannath's cloth around their hands before the transfer can begin. They should not have shaved since the first day of the search party procession. This is considered to be the disappearance ceremony of Jagannath also. Traditionally, after a member of the family passes away, the son does not shave for 10 days out of respect for the deceased. The house is also whitewashed after the death of any family member, and since Lord Jagannath is considered to be the head of their respective households, they are required to have their houses whitewashed after this ceremony. The children and all Daitapati family members wear new clothes on this day of the transfer. This rite is considered to be the most auspicious ritual of all in Jagannath temple. The three Daitapati members fast and meditate the whole day inside the temple. Only after midnight does the transfer of the life force occur, and that too in total silence. What is interesting here is that no Daitapati till date has been able to experience what actually is this Brahman. When asked of their experience at this time, the Daitapatis say, "It is very difficult to express what Brahman is. It cannot be seen or touched. Our eyes are blindfolded and our hands are covered with cloth when we carry it. Yet a powerful feeling is very much present, like a rabbit jumping in our hands. This is our experience. Beyond this, exactly what this Brahman is that is so powerfully felt, nobody is able to say." During the midnight, the old deities are carried on the shoulders of the Daitapatis and buried in the Koili Vaikuntha before dawn. There are 3 separate graves for the 3 deities, but all the previous Jagannaths are laid to rest in the same grave, one on top of the other. It is said that if anybody from outside this select group happens to see any of this ceremony, be it from a rooftop or otherwise, they'll surely die. The government of Orissa therefore orders a full blackout of light on this one night in the whole town of Puri. On the morning of the second day, the new deities are seated on the altar, the Ratna Singhasan. On the second day, the daily routine of the temple finally begins again, after a lapse of nearly 58 days. Sweet-smelling flowers, garlands, and new garments are given to the new deities. Food is offered and puja is done. Devotees can again come inside for darshan. And on the third day, the new deities emerge from the temple for the biggest chariot festival. The mysterious Navakalevara draws millions of people from across the world to Puri. Navakalevara is one of the biggest festivals in the country and draws the most number of people. Jai Jagannath.
For more such videos, please subscribe to our channel.
The unknown world.